What is vacuum thermoforming?
Here is the simplest of the thermoforming methods. The plastic sheet is heated in a clamp frame until it's rubbery. A vacuum removes the air from under the sheet, and atmospheric air pressure stretches the sheet into the mold. Some regions stretch more than others, and this causes uneven sheet thickness. In this part, made in a female mold, the thickest plastic is at the top flange, where the sheet first touches the mold surface and begins cooling. The sheet becomes thinner as it was stretched to the bottom of the cavity. The distribution of the sheet in this female mold is thickest at the top flange, thinning down along the walls, and the thinnest at the base of the molded part. If we form the part on a male mold, the mold moves up to the heated sheet. The plastic first touches the metal at the projection, and this plastic is held there and begins cooling. The rest of the sheet thins as it is stretched to the flanged region. The sheet is sealed around the mold and vacuum is applied. Atmospheric pressure presses the sheet onto the mold. The sheet distribution is the opposite of the previous mold, thick at the base of the formed part and a decreasing sidewall thickness towards the flange. The flange itself will have varying thickness, thin at the corners, thicker towards the clamp frame. The uneven thickness variation from both of these molds would usually be unsatisfactory. Methods to reduce plastic thickness variations will be described later.
What is vacuum molding from Kiefer's explanation?
Thermoforming technology involves obtaining a desired shape by heating and forming a plastic film or plastic cut sheets. It's an interesting but not easy process, and it requires a lot of experience. Thanks to this technology, you can also find a lot of packaging on store shelves. Today, we will see how the thermoforming process works. First, we are visiting the product design department, because this is where every project begins. Here, all projects of packaging that have to be implemented in production are born. After accepting the packaging design, it's time to prepare the design of tooling which will be used to produce the item. The tooling is created in the CNC department on numerically controlled machines. The complete tool consists of the forming station, including mold, plug assist and cooling system, as well as cutting station and stacking station. However, the main part of the tooling is where the shape of the product is created. In this part, vacuum holes of 0.4 mm diameter are drilled. Through them, the thermoplastic material is sucked into the mold surface. The holes are so small that they are not visible on the packaging. With the finished tool ready, production can begin. First, we will see how small packaging for the food industry is produced. The film is unrolled and then heated at the first two stations. The temperature of about 200 degrees Celsius makes the film malleable. Then it goes to the forming station. The material is initially stretched and shaped with pressure and vacuum. The material cools down, and thus the shape of the detail is preserved. In the next station, individual products are cut out with the die cut. Next, they are picked up and placed by a robot. The moment of forming of the product is clearly visible in machines which produce large-sized thermoformed elements. The product is made of polycarbonate cut sheet of about 8 mm thickness. The raw material has high transparency, just like glass. The cut sheet is heated on both sides. Then, with a blow, the flexible material is vacuum sucked into the mold. On a cold form, the material stabilizes. Cooling takes about 180 seconds. After After collection from the line, the CNC machine cuts off the excess and mills the edges. On this production line, packaging from printed film is produced. In one cycle, packages of 8 different types of product are produced. In order to keep up with the speed of production, the robot picks parts from 2 cycles simultaneously. Safe stacking system is used here, so that the packaging does not stick to each other. Finally, the products are separated into 8 different lines and transported for packing. As part of the thermoforming process, a so-called skeleton is created. It's then transferred to grinders as post-production waste and in the form of flake used again to produce film. Finished products go to the quality control department, which monitors the entire production process. We measure, among other things, dimensions of the finished packaging. When examining the raw material, we also check the coefficient of friction. The product must have a certain slide, which is extremely important in the automatic packaging process. Poly produces packaging with a thickness of 0.15 mm to 12 mm. They are used in industries such as food, cosmetics, pharmaceutical, technical and automotive.
How is the gypsum mold made of plastic? What is the production process of copper mold? How are aluminum molds produced? Factory aluminum mold warehouse. High-speed production of aluminum mold boosters.